Give me a moment. Better. Welcome back to Destiny, everybody. And on the unfortunate scale, we are in the, what is it called? Just about the absolute worst fucking activity Destiny 2 has yet to ever offer. For those who are unaware, Destiny 2 has the event Solstice of Heroes, or as some of us call it, Grind of a Lifetime. Mainly because, well, just gonna put the nail in the coffin on this, it's grindy as shit. You start off with what's supposed to be a green armor set, the ruined armor set, or whatever they called it for the previous 2 years. However, they seem to have changed that, and I've only been playing for about 2.5 hours. Went back into Monster Hunter before I hopped on here so I could finish off something. But this year, for Solstice, Bungie's actually taken into consideration of just how grindy the previous 2 years have been. And believe me, they've been grindy. Because not only are players getting bonuses towards their objectives, they also removed the starter set. See, I'm going to actually go back to my collections to show this off in more detail. So, if you go into your armor, if you've completed any of the Solstice of Heroes shit, I'm probably going to have to find it first off. Yeah, let's start with the first Solstice of Heroes event. You started with the Scorched Armor set. Very weak and pitiful, and it all had challenges. You'd have to finish every challenge on every piece of armor before you could upgrade it to the Rekindled, and thus to the Resplendent. And you know, the first Solstice of Heroes was really, it was shit. I'm not even going to deny to you, it was shit. And the second Solstice of Heroes wasn't really much better. You started again with the green, the drained, turned to the renewed, turned to the majestic. Now, this is where I gotta draw the line of stupidity. They got rid of the green set, but they also have these. Why? You start out with the blue set, which progression is actually really quick. I'm surprised I'm almost done with the first set. I've only been playing for like 2.5 hours. However, we've also got the Majestic set, followed by the Magnificent set. Again, I don't know why they wanted to do 2 tiers of Legendary. They could have just made it done and done, just 2 of these, and then this last one would be your Masterworked set. But no, they didn't do that. And it's going to be the exact same for every character. But I'm about to load into some strikes. It's going to be pretty bad considering it's Solar Singe and I need Arc. Gotta love hunters. But, as I said, the game's been pretty rewarding, so to say. Complete 5 Crucible matches, only play 2 and it gets it finished. Get 25 Guardian kills. I got maybe 15 and it counted. The orbs seem to be funneling in more to where it's not as much as a grind, but it's still pretty fucking grindy. But we all have to take into one thing that's consideration. This is the first of 3 armor sets, and I don't know. I wish I could tell you, but I have absolutely no idea what the difference is going to be between the 2 legendaries. Honestly, I could ask my clan. They've been grinding this stuff away since last week. I said, you know what, no, I'm not as available in Destiny as I usually am, so I'm just going to step back. But here I am in Destiny 2. Once again. See, I, along with many others, are taking minuscule breaks from the game. Because, in reality, all we're waiting on is the DLC to start. But in order for that DLC to commence, we need to actually, well, first off, wait for it. November 10th is still pretty far out. And by pretty far, I do indeed mean it is another 2.5 months out. See, now, if Bungie was going to do what they did with Shadowkeep and postpone it till the first week of October, I would have been perfectly fine with that. Why? Because it's October. It's not a super long wait. It's actually pretty quick. Instead, what we got is supposed to be middle of September, which would have been next month, and it would have been fine. Now, I don't know if they're just trying to enhance the game experience, give us a few more variations to things. I am uncertain. All I know, and am willing to say, is that once Beyond Light launches, expect to see me there. Because, just like Shadowkeep, even though it's not going to be with the same people as much as I wish it was, I'm going to be pushing my way through the main story and just going through the entirety of it. And I know some people are going to be asking, well, what do you mean by same people? Well, back with Shadowkeep, I had some really good friends. Ones that were basically part of the clan I was in, and you know, I had very high respect for that clan. I really did. However, and this is where I draw the line of ignorance, for a clan to outright ban you for trying to get something in game, running into so many problems. And I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, what problems are in Trials? The matchmaking, first off. And even though they've made changes to basically made changes to the matchmaking, to the reward system, people are still going in, getting their first 3 wins, resetting their cards, and just keeping players out of Flawless. And you know, this is something that I cannot really stand. Because it's just awful. You know, if you're going to do that, at least, you know, find other people to really fuck with in doing that. Or, you know, get, like, a temporary ban. And I know Bungie does those. It's not frequent, but trust me, they do temporary bans. They're not fun. They couldn't have killed off the wizard any fucking slower. Now, it does appear that Bungie did keep the old last year's Solstice thing going, where if anybody that you're playing with picks up the orbs, they disappear permanently. But you know what, that's fine, it happens. All I can say is, I really wish that they would just make this event less grindy and more enjoyable. Because the last thing Destiny players want, and I mean, I defended this for many months, is to feel like everything that we need to get, we can't get without grinding. You know, I can understand, you know, Destiny's meant to be one of those super grindy games. You know, something new comes in and it has a chance of dropping something, but that something is also extremely rare. So you're going to push yourself into the activity repeatedly to get it. As many people are aware, same rules follow in The Division and in Borderlands. More pronounced in Borderlands, if you ask me. Because not only the main reasoning behind the grind fest in Borderlands is getting a specific roll on a weapon, or, you know, getting the, and this is back in Borderlands 2, so if any of you veterans are still there, I hope you remember this one, farming the bunker for hours going for the perfect sham. You know, that was by far the worst grind in Borderlands history, to my knowledge. And as a result, was the only Borderlands grind I ever took part in. Well, at least I can say that we have some extra good luck when it comes to getting this armor set and everything on other characters. Whereas everybody was very well aware that when you upgrade an armor set completely, not only did it take days, or, you know, a whole 2 days, sometimes somebody on my list actually took an entire week to get the armor set maxed out, but at least this time around, that's not the case. After you max out a single armor set, your other characters get a buff to progression. I believe it's a 1.5 multiplier. But I don't know if that stacks retroactively or not.
Looks like that's our target. Noctis. Careful, Guardian. He's pulsing with soul fire.
I should have held onto that sidearm. Probably would have made this whole arc orbs thing a bit easier for me. And I guess I can offer a bit of clarity as to names behind streams. Not all titles may lead to what I'm trying to say. For example, this stream's title. There is no pain in this, just an upset feeling, if you will. A very upset feeling. And the main result of this upsetting is again in the form of this event. It's just one of those things that you can't seem to ever escape. There's always going to be that one part of the event that everyone's going to be upset or angry. You know, something that they don't like. And I guess mine is just the grind. And you know, it just appears that nothing is going to come from this grind except for the last few times where it's just been some random legendary reward for getting all things maxed out. I mean, it does happen. You know, maybe I'm wrong, maybe there's going to be something. But as it stands, it doesn't appear to be that way. And as we can tell, 100 arc orbs from strikes. I don't believe that. To save my life, I haven't even gotten that many of them. Alright, how dumb do y'all have to be to not go over there, grab the orb, and destroy his shield so we can just kill him already? This isn't Grandmaster, guys. You can actually roam around, you can kill him. You know, it's not that hard.
Excellent work, Guardian. Mars is safe. For now.
So I hope y'all got snacks, because this is going to be a long one. I wish I could speed up these grindy ass progressions, but unfortunately I cannot. And there we go. As you see, that was only one strike, and it counted as 3. Which leads me to believe that adventures, public events, all these activities are going to follow the same progression. I mean, what I could do is I could actually go on to, you know, Bungie's Twitter page and see if they'd posted anything regarding this. Because it is a tad bit weird seeing all this going on. And you know, that's actually what I'm about to do. As if DF or DMG would stop posting shit. Yep, right there. Update. This issue has been resolved. Players will now receive the correct progression multipliers when completing Magnificent Solstice armor sets across multiple characters. All classes will also have their progression multiplied for objectives on Renewed Solstice armor set. Meaning, completing the blue set's going to be easy. Oh, and that's another good thing. That was 4 days ago. Still hasn't been fixed. The weekly and repeatable bounties were supposed to give bright dust. I had a feeling that wasn't going to work. In terms of anything else that's important in terms of Destiny, nothing else from the posts. Nothing at all. But it does seem that you do have to end out grinding your armor to that max magnificent before you get an official bonus.
To venture into the dark. Move quickly, but carefully, Guardian.
I know a lot of players are also saying, oh, it's just 2 sets of challenging, or it's just 2 sets of armor with challenges on it. It's not that bad. Clearly you have never taken on this fucking event. Because at most times I would agree saying, yeah, it's really not that bad at all, actually. It's just slow. But for some reason, every Solstice of Heroes, it's just the same type of thing, you know. You feel great because you get your first set finished, but then the next 2 sets take forever. And after a while, you just kind of sit there and give up, because again, it took so damn long. And we shall see just how bad this becomes, since every main piece of the renewed, the blue set, is multiplied now. You know, I can only say thank you, Bungie, for that. Because originally, you'd have to sit through all the matches, you have to play everything, and you'd get so fed up and bored over it. But now, and I'm happy about this one, you really don't have to. I don't know, maybe I should have just taken another break from Destiny. Only 2 or so hours in and I'm already feeling bored.
Bridge is lowering. Let's move.
Ashladun knows what you are, what you've done. She watched you cut through Crota, Oryx, Omnigul, and she is eager to return that pain.
she comes. Eris, it's over. Hash Ladoon is dead.
This is a relief to hear. But Hashladoon's presence is no coincidence. The Hive must have grander ambitions for the Pyramid's influences. Return to me. There is much to discuss.
Hey,
It was a prison.
nothing.
So how do you like the armor?
I like it.
You sound a bit... how to say... distracted?
No, it's just, eh.
Just
My
eh?
grandma got, my grandmother got taken to the hospital today, this morning actually.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and we can't be there with her due to COVID, so it's kind of like we're waiting on the doctor's calls for
Yeah, that's...
updates.
Don't feel bad, man. That's literally every hospital all over the US right now. No
Yeah,
visiting, unsanitary conditions, and most of the time hospitals are actually over full of people right now, so some patients aren't even treated right.
thankfully the hospital in my town is small, and all the serious cases have been transferred to other hospitals, so there's a ton of space in our town, local hospital. So we're
That's
getting
good.
calls. Yeah, we're getting calls and updates like every 30 minutes.
Yeah, I wish the same could be said of when my stepmother went to the hospital a few weeks ago, I think. Yeah, a few weeks ago. However, it's pretty bad. It's like even all the mental hospitals in this area have been turned
Cool.
into basically overflow.
Yeah, and my grandmother's 81 and she has a bunch of prerequisite health conditions, so that adds on to
That's not good,
more.
man. That's
Yeah,
really
and
bad.
she kind of looked me in the eyes and said, it's my time.
Mm.
So
Even
that's
if
on my mind.
even if somebody was to say that, it's never
Guardian,
really
we're
something that
reading
they
some
should
odd
believe.
fluctuations in our scans.
Yeah,
Gravity waves. Small for now, but amp them up and they'll rip us apart.
I'm sorry.
I've got 3
No,
locations
no,
where the
you're
waves are
fine, you're fine.
strongest. Sending you
I don't
coordinates.
know, I've just got that
I
looming feeling of dread over me right now, and I don't know why.
I'm sorry.
It is what it is, I suppose.
Yeah.
I don't see anything, Sloan, but
I told Nathan, and I feel bad now.
What are you
You should
picking
never
up?
feel bad about that.
it's gone.
But he's with family, and I don't want to stress him out.
We'll check your other
Yeah,
fluids.
well, you do know
Do it
he's
quick.
really
I don't like
stressed
what I'm
out right
seeing.
now, right?
Yeah, and I just don't want to add to that stress.
The only thing that's going to make it better, truth be
Not
told,
to rush you, but these waves
is
are going
if,
fast. Get over there and we should be able to track those gravity waves back to their source.
I lost my fucking train of thought. No, there it is. The things that would really help with his stress, along with mine,
This point of infestation.
are only going to be coming in time.
Something's not right here.
Yeah.
You have to hear this.
Time to pack it
And
in. I'll
unfortunately,
scrap the bank for the next round.
ugh,
Cleaned up real good.
as I said, time is going
Oh,
to
I
be a
hear
huge part in
Amanda's
it,
grabbed your
and
data and is mapping the source
even
now.
as now it
Source
starts,
says 3 of
hopefully
them.
Nathan can get
Now
himself
shut
on
down.
unemployment, but with me I actually have to get a job,
Yeah.
because from what I gathered the last time I went to visit him, and his mom flipping major shit, as per normal, he's got, I think, till like the middle of next month to kind of set a point for his life.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not any different to that. I know that feeling. And that's why I keep telling him, it's like, hey man, listen, I'm going to start looking into apartments and shit.
Sloan, it's a
You and I
ritual
get
of
along
big
pretty
one.
well, so I
They
don't think
really are
roommating would
going
be a
to
bad
shake this
idea.
oncology to pieces.
Not only that, it would
Yeah.
also help us both, because splitting the initial payments of an apartment is better than trying to pay it all outright yourself. Especially
Yeah.
given the current state of the world. If it wasn't for COVID basically making everybody's life a living hell right now, things would actually be a bit easier.
Yeah.
But no matter. It's famous words that everybody seems to say at least 500 or so times in life. Shit happens.
Yeah. I just
I'll-
feel bad because
Hmm.
I'm always the one relying on him. He never really relies on me.
You know, I'm gonna tell you what I told my boyfriend earlier today.
Mm.
The reason we act that way is because by default we're meant to hold this facade, this just outward facing portrait that nothing affects us, that we can rely on ourselves. And I used to follow that same thing. Still follow it to this day. However, the longer you spend doing it, causes irreversible damage to oneself. It breaks you
Yeah.
down and it makes you weak. Now, some people haven't hit their threshold yet. Myself, I've hit it. But I'm also recovering from it. Because I'm still going to put on that facade of, you know, I'm fine, nothing's bothering me.
Yeah.
But with my knowledge, I also know that doing it too much can result in damages I cannot repair. And hopefully Nathan sees that same fate. Because deep
times where
down
I
it's not
can-
good.
There are times where I can feel what he's going through, and
Tear this
You
organ
know,
down.
there's
Stop
not
that
really much I can do about it without
Sooner
him
the
coming to
better.
me.
We're hearing
Yeah.
that sound on all sensors now.
And the times he has opened up about it, I, did the best I could.
I mean, the reason he opens up about it is because, again, he knows what the damages are. And he knows that keeping it all bottled up and, again, trying to hide behind that mask saying he's stronger than it all is going to do more good or more bad than good.
Yeah.
Hell, part of it kind of stems from, I think he's paid attention to how I've been experiencing things. Every little instance or problem that arises.
Hey team, we've torn down the altars.
And it's why we actually... It's why we're discussing the whole apartment thing.
Yeah.
But again, time will tell. If he gets himself on unemployment, that's an easy $400 a week.
Yeah.
But for me, I still have to actually go to start dropping applications everywhere and hope for the best.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Dylan.
It's like I said, man, life is life. You know, if nothing bad happened,
There's a giant crystal. It's
you know,
singing.
nothing bad happened and I managed to keep my job at Arby's, I would still have a decent, steady source of income despite a hatred for damn near everybody I was working with and every customer that came in.
Yeah.
Which would have been slowly eating away at my sanity throughout the days. But, fuck, it was a job that paid pretty damn well. Like, easily if I had spent absolutely no money, had no bills, I would have been making over $1,000 or more a month.
Yeah.
And unfortunately in this town that I live now, fast food doesn't carry that same closer to $9 paycheck, or $9 an hour for paycheck. They keep following the old, you know, we'll give you $7.25,
He's singing like the crystal.
which is bullshit.
Drawing
Yeah.
power from each other?
I mean, it is what it is.
It worked. My stomach thinks.
Yeah.
Not a wild
I'm
idea.
trying to hide the fact I'm dying on the inside, but I'm not doing that good of a job, am I?
I could tell as soon as you started speaking.
Right up.
I'm sorry about that. You don't need to
Don't
stress.
apologize.
You, aren't you? The
You
tests
sure?
I'm gonna run on you. I wonder how many pistons you can power. Well, sparrow thrusters, obviously. What about warp drives or?
So what are you doing?
I'm going to hear all about what Amanda
Just putting myself through Grind of a Lifetime version 3.
Oh.
Yeah, Destiny seems to have this one thing where it's just every fucking year through August and close towards the end of the season, which unfortunately would have been the middle of next month and is now November 10th. Super grind ass event that half the community already understands is just not worth it. And you know, I'm in the same boat. I honestly hate this event. Like, I hate it more than I should.
Understandable.
Ugh. Let me go get a drink. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'm back.
Hello.
I still find Nathan's exaggeration over why is that armor set so powerful kind of entertaining.
That is powerful though. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I have the same reaction.
Yet, I've already explained to both of you just how much of a pain in the ass Elatreon
Yeah.
is.
It's basically like having your pubes pulled out one by one.
Yeah, pretty much. But
By
I
like an
mean,
old woman with Tourette's. So.
ugh. But I mean, hey, I got the full armor set. I managed to fully upgrade the weapon. I was really, really fucking happy.
I'm happy for you.
Yeah, and what's good is that armor set's actually really helpful for the fight against him.
That makes sense.
See, I'm sure you noticed when I sent the perks and skills, I didn't send the second page,
Yeah.
but the armor set bonuses for one piece, or no, not, I think it's either one or two pieces, it basically increases your weapon's elemental output based on how high your elemental defenses are. Which, long story short, that fight relies heavily on elemental damage.
Yeah.
It's basically your form of DPS.
We took out the knight, but I'm not sure it's dead. Some kind of
Nice.
And the 3-piece armor set bonus adds a plus 20, I think it was like a plus 10 or a plus 20 to every elemental defense. And I'm pretty sure it just goes on consideration the fire, electric, or no, fire, ice, and dragon defense. Because as you can see, the water and thunder resistance are still at 6, and that's from my defense charm.
I just realized something and I want to cry.
What?
I need one more hard Valzak, the Plague of Valzak tooth, and you can't meld it.
Yeah, you actually have to break his face.
Shit.
Well, at least Black Veil isn't that difficult of a fight. He's actually pretty fucking easy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it was pretty fucking easy when we fought him.
About saying, I was using a gun, so I was restricting myself.
Oh yeah, you were. Are you good at hammer?
What?
Are you good at hammer?
Fuck no.
Ah.
Look, see, there are technically there's 3 types of players in Monster Hunter. You have your sword users, you have your gun users, and you have the plebs that basically say, I want to put that monster's head on a stick.
Who the fuck are they?
Hammer users.
Ah.
Hence, head on a stick.
Makes sense. Statues.
Now, I probably got enough in me to upgrade this armor set one of the 3 times before I say, fuck it, I'm going back to Monster Hunter. Because I'm going to be honest, I hate fucking Solstice of Grind. I really, really fucking hate it.
Yeah. D2 just ruined for me because of Sage. He made it seem like more of a chore than it should have been. He took all the fun out of it.
Well, I hate to agree with somebody's description of a game that I've been supporting for 7 years now, but truth be told, Destiny 2 is a chore. Like, I hate to admit it, I really do, because I love this game, and I love how Bungie has basically made it just this overarching story that's about to have a massive plot twist.
Yeah.
So, I mean, my respect for this game is still high, however, it's been dwindling.
Understandably.
So, like I've told my clan, to which even the owner looks at me and sees me as basically one of his top members, I told him if Beyond Light doesn't deliver, then my runs in Destiny are pretty much over. I mean,
The
that's the
clan I was
biggest
in
thing.
also didn't help that the clan I was in because of Sage. Mind you, I can be in my own clan because Sage got butthurt. He's like, oh, but like, if you were in our clan, I'm like, dude, just
fucking
but
stop.
essentially, I got shit talked in every party I was in because like, oh, look at his level. Oh, he didn't know he could do this. Oh, look, it's just like, bro.
See,
Come the fuck
I'm
on.
not gonna try and say that my clan's very different,
Yeah.
but that's just because our clan leader is a Marine who likes to talk shit about people and actually appreciates having shit talked about him.
Yeah.
It's a kind of a mutual hate beyond everybody.
That's just how the
Because
army is. Let's fucking.
I
Let's
mean,
just be,
and at the
candor.
end of the day, we all know it's a joke, and we all come back to each other as like a big old fucking dysfunctional gaming family.
Yeah, no, the shit, nah, but they did as they mean it. They meant what they were saying. And it was like, I even asked Sage, I'm like, wait, were they joking? Because I thought they were joking. Like, no, they meant that. I'm like, so they're telling me they meant everything they said, and you just sat there enjoying them? He's like, it's not even that big of a deal. I'm like,
Oh
well,
no,
when you say you're
it's
my,
pretty big of a fucking deal.
I was like, and I looked at him, I'm like, well, when you claim to be my friend, and you always say, oh, I'm not going to let, oh, and ain't no one going to talk shit about you, and you sit there and let people talk shit about me,
Then
when
basically
I don't know what's
confirm-
happening.
and then basically confirm that it wasn't a joke. That
Yeah.
right there is just, that's the final nail in the coffin.
And then he was like, oh, just toughen up. I'm like, no, what the fuck you mean toughen? I'm not even
If
offended
somebody
by what
came to
they're
me
saying.
and said to toughen up about that kind of shit, I would have looked at them and said, nah, see, here's where you need to toughen up. This clan's
And I
gonna
told him,
fail.
like, bro, I told him, I'm not even mad at what the fuck they were saying. I don't give a fuck. They can stay in their rooms all day and play and give their life to that game. But what I'm not going to do is sit here and take your bullshit. You claim to be something, but you're clearly not that thing. So what the fuck's up? And that's when, like, our friendships started to fall.
I say that's just the truth. From all I've heard about this guy, he is nothing.
You know, Holiday and I were just talking about how different we are from the Hive.
He's manipulative as fuck. It pisses me off.
Black
Mm-hmm.
hats, white hats. Really makes you think.
And, like,
About switching sides, Amanda?
I was there for him. I heard every piece of shit, every bullshit, everything. Like when this dude got shot, I was the first person he texted after. I was the first person who checked up on him. His best friend, who he flew, his best friend, who he flew out to fucking Texas to see, made a joke about, oh, finally the people I sent finally did something.
Yeah,
And then everyone,
fucked up.
like, everyone in the clan looked at him like, what the fuck's wrong with you? And he's like, wow, you guys are just sensitive. Like, no, bro, it's a serious fucking situation.
Yep.
Like, that dude has to get facial reconstruction because of that shit. And then, like, I introduced him to Nathan because I trusted him.
That
And he's
trust
telling me-
fell short, didn't it?
Yeah, because he was saying shit about Nathan and saying how, oh, he's like dancing this, like, he's danced this, like that. I will admit, Nathan is dense. I will admit
Yeah,
that.
he is
But
dense.
for
And, you know, we call him out on
Yeah.
that all the fucking time, and we all understand it's a truth, but it's a jokative truth.
But when you sit there and you constantly talk shit on my boyfriend, but you're buddy with him, it pissed me off. And I told Nathan, like, yo, he's fake. Don't even try. And I called Sage out on it when we were in private. I'm like, so you talk all this shit on Nathan, yet you're buddy with him in person. Or like when we're in a party, but as soon as we leave the party, you start to bitch about, oh, his attitude and how easily
starting
angry
to-
he gets.
See, I will get on to him about how easily agitated he gets over a game. But that's just because I'm trying to help him.
Yeah, but like, and I looked at him. I'm like, if you're gonna be like, if you want to be treated like a man with respect, then act like one, bro. Because I told him, I'm like, at this point, you acting like a bitch. I'm gonna treat you like a bitch. I'm gonna talk my shit to you. Like, I ain't scared to say what the fuck I gotta say. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And like, when I had a problem with like his friend, I had a problem with one of his friends. I joined the party where his friend was in, and I said my shit to his face. I called him out in front of his friends. I talked my shit. I said everything to the dude's face. And then the dude doesn't have the balls to say it to my face. He's like, I don't have a problem with you. But as soon as I leave the party, he instantly starts to talk shit. And Sage texts me saying, oh, he's talking shit. So I join back, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to stay here for the rest of the party then, since you're clearly not man enough to say shit to my face. I'm going to wait here until you grow a pair of balls.
Hey, that's what you gotta do sometimes, man.
And it's like, Sage was like, oh my god, dude, stop. You're being dramatic, you're being dramatic. It's like, no, I'm not going to sit there and let a bitch talk his shit when he doesn't have the balls to say it to my face. I'm going to fuck who you are. If I have a problem with you, I'm going to tell you my problem.
That's the way you
Like,
should do it.
And it's like, I don't give a fuck who you are. You could be my husband, my fucking mother, my father, my godfather, my son. If I have a problem with you, I'm going to say my fucking issue.
Because unfortunately, that's all you can do.
We'll teach them.
Exactly. Like, I even told Nathan this. If I ever feel like you've done something wrong, I'm going to tell you, I feel like, hey, I feel like this is fucked up. You got me fucked up. You did this, and I feel some type of way about it. I'm not
Yep.
going to be that little prissy bitch who's just, I'm mad at you, and I'll tell you why. Like, yeah, I'll do it as a joke, but if it's something that actually bothers me, I'm gonna tell you what the fuck I feel you did wrong.
Yeah.
And at that point, the ball's in your court, and I'm gonna let you deal with it the way you want to deal with it. If you want to avoid the situation, oh well, avoid the situation, get the fuck out of my face.
You know, it's actually gonna be sad, but I'm actually planning on something whenever Nathan and I actually end up getting into an apartment away from our problems.
What?
Well, aside from celebratory champagne.
I'm not gonna drink, but
Hey, this is just when him and I are finally out. Because we still gotta work on getting you here.
yeah.
And you know, that's not gonna be an easy thing. That's gonna take some time.
Yeah, especially, like, in all honesty, I'm probably just gonna abandon all my shit I have in this room right now.
No, don't abandon everything. Like, bring some things. I'd say probably the best thing to probably bring would be set of clothing, bathroom material, etc.
Oh yeah, no. Like,
Your
I'll bring some
gaming
clothes.
apparatus. You know, you definitely
Yeah,
want
I'll
to keep
bring
that.
some clothes. At that point, I'll bring some clothes, but the rest I'll do like, here, mom, sell this shit, or give the shit away. I don't care.
See,
And like,
I generally dislike removing certain things from my life, you know, especially if they hold a certain meaning to them. But there are certain things that I've had to, you know, acknowledge, you know, this is something that has a negative past to it. I'm not holding on to it anymore.
yeah, like, I'm the same way too, but it's like, the way I'm seeing it, it's like, I'm giving shit up to get new shit, to start a new life. I'm willing to do it.
Yeah, you gotta do that. I
So
mean,
like, yeah. As for the 6 kids locked up in my basement, I'm just gonna set them ablaze in the field or something.
I know that's a joke, and I know that you're also saying it as a joke because I am streaming.
Yes, that is such a joke.
Come on, Frozen, I know you better.
Yeah, true. I'm too much of a little bitch. If anything, I'd have 6 kidnapped corgis in the basement.
That I could actually see you doing.
It would just be every corgi within a 1 mile radius has gone missing. You both would instantly look at me.
No, we just start hearing yapping and everything, and I'm gonna look at you and say, did you adopt or did you steal? To which case, you won't be able to lie, because I'll be able to hear through it.
I would honestly just look at you and be like, well, no one was watching them, so I rescued them.
To which case, I'm gonna look at Nathan and say, you're either gonna punish him or I'm going to.
God.
Hey, Deborah, Glimmer,
I love you guys, though. You guys are family to me.
Well, a really dysfunctional family, if you will.
Well, dysfunctional on my part, yes.
No, I'm talking in regards of Nathan and I as well.
Yeah, true. You guys have your little things, but it's like, out of all of us, I feel like my dysfunctionality is more, presentable. You can see my shit, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Your
Like, if
issues are more on an open canvas for all to witness.
Yeah, like if someone from the outside came in, they'd be like, he's the more dysfunctional one. Meanwhile, you both are just hiding your shit, and I just look at you like, I'm the dysfunctional one?
It's just ironic considering most people take a look at me and it's immediate or intimidation followed by just that outgoing fear of I don't want to mess with this guy. I don't know if it's just my looks, my height, or just the way I treat others. Really,
Can
I
I
have
be
no
honest?
idea. Hmm.
Even when you have this mask on right now that you have, I think it's my corgi in me or the child that still lives within my heart. That's just like he's a sweetheart and just wants to hug you for some reason.
See, that's the funny part. I used to think it was a mask. Really, I did.
It's just a personality at this point.
It's literally just part of who I am. Because yes, I am an intimidating person, and I do stick up for those that I feel deserve it and
Yes.
will protect to any cost. But I am also a very kind-hearted person. One that has been taken advantage of in the past one too many times.
Same, and that's what I see when I look at you. And they like my friends were like, don't they scare you a bit?" I'm like, no, why would they scare me? And then they blatantly say shit that should scare a normal human being. I'm like, I don't see that when I look at them. Like, I just see how they really are. Like, how they really are. I'm like, yeah, they're both sweethearts. They're both uh, loving, funny. And they're like, you do know they'd probably murder you if you ever fuck them. I'm like, oh yeah, no, I'm well aware of that. But it doesn't scare me. At that point, they'd have to get to me before I can kill myself so they don't kill me. It would just be a race to see if they can kill me first or if I can kill myself first.
Nah, there's no fun in outright killing somebody. It's all about the torture and the prolonged pain.
Same. I mean, true. Sorry.
You say same as if I should be worried. I shouldn't be worried.
I just pray to God my therapist never finds this video, because this will be the thing that puts me in a mental hospital.
Nah.
But other than that,
they wouldn't find any evidence of this.
oh, thank Christ.
I mean, my channel's not even that big.
True. I'm pretty sure my therapist is already, like, trying to have me put away, so, yeah.
That's just some basic characteristics of all therapists, if you ask me.
You know, true. If they're not trying to go against you, then they aren't your therapist.
Yeah, exactly. Finally, that's one set of the armor done.
Hey.
And the only reason it took so little time was because since they had made a mistake, forgot to put a 0 in the code more than likely, they ended up making the first of the 3 armor sets easy to upgrade. When in reality, what they should have been doing is making all of them easy to upgrade.
But at last, they're cunts.
That's just Bungie for you. But I mean, this is just part of the reason why half the community doesn't even take part in this event. It's just the amount of time they have to sacrifice to actually get it all done.
On the bright side, it came out during quarantine.
Yeah, but this quarantine should have been lifted 2 months ago.
Yeah, but, you know, I'm really a social outcast, so quarantine's fun for me.
That's as am I. But all introverts need to at least experience some outside of their comfort time.
Fuck that.
You know why I say that?
Why?
Because if you don't spend any of that time, you just keep everything bottled up to yourself, at first you're going to enjoy it. But slowly and surely, it's going to start taking negative tolls on you. And trust me when I say it, I really wish it wasn't that case.
I
but
was
it
about to say,
is.
Dylan, are you okay? Like, do you need to talk?
Well, let's see. I was okay. You know, had my own issues, but I kept them under wraps. But you also got to keep in mind, I did go to a mental hospital no less than 2 months ago.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, did I not tell you?
You did not.
Well, yeah, I went to a mental hospital. Apparently, somebody nagging and bitching at me 24/7 doesn't understand that when pushed, people will do things that they don't really want to do. Like,
Are
they
you okay
will. I'm decent now, which is more than I can say about a lot of things.
now? Yeah.
Okay, let's see the bullshit that I have to do for this second set of armor upgrades. Holy shit. Wow.
Yes?
Bungie really wanted people to fucking grind for this. Dear fuck.
What is it?
First off, 2,000 elemental. I'm going. There, each piece of armor has 3 challenges to it. Elemental final blows, which is basically just kills with anything that has an element to it, so it's not that bad. 200 enemy kills, simple. Arc weapon final blows, 500. It's gonna be time. Oh no, that's 300. It's gonna be time consuming, but it gets done pretty quickly. Moving down, 10 heroic public events. Again, that's pretty fucking easy as long as you got people that know what they're doing. Oh, that's weird. I just got that message that you sent about the whole no money equals controller thing. Why did it
Ah,
double send that?
no idea.
Yeah, and I'm so sick and tired of these fucking fake ass accounts that are trying to get you to go to some link to some fucking virus ridden website.
Yes.
Alright, let's see.
Well, I'm
Another.
also tired of
Huh.
people trying to flirt with me on Instagram, even though I have my bio I'm taken.
Yeah, that's common.
I've had
Yeah.
2 dudes hit me up today with dick pics talking about, oh baby, I'll show you a
Yeah,
real
those are
man. I
fake
never,
accounts.
no, they were not, because I went to high school with them,
Ew.
which is worse.
Grody.
Yeah. My only
Yeah.
response to them is, I was best friends with your girlfriend. I know how small your dick is.
Oh, Christ, that's gonna be one of the longest challenges ever.
What?
Void Grenade Final Blows. I need 100 of them.
Fuck.
At least the hunters actually have an AoE grenade that actually stays on the ground for a bit. So I just find a
True.
spot where enemies spawn, chuck a grenade, and just repeat that 1,000 fucking times. 1,000 elemental orbs. That's not gonna take too long. It's gonna be forever, but it's not gonna take forever. Don't know what the hell that is. That's just explosive kills? Still fucking 600 of those. 100 ability kill. Jesus fucking Christ. Guardians killed with void weapons. That's not too bad. And patrols. Fucking more elemental orb pickup. And bosses. Okay, yeah, that's gonna take me all of like maybe a day. Maybe a day and a half. I don't know what the hell Bungie was thinking when they made this whole requirement. It's like they make the fucking shit you have to do for the armor and everything harder every fucking year.
I mean, true.
I mean, even the first year was grindy as shit, and I only did 1 set of character armor. Second year, I did all 3, and I regretted it by the
Ah!
time it was done.
Makes sense.
And now, you know, I'm just sitting here like, this fucking sucks. Because at first, you know, the first 2 years, it starts as common armor, green, turned into rare armor, decent, and then it would end on legendary armor. This year, however, they've decided to make it blue, purple, purple again, which makes
Why?
absolutely no sense to me.
But why?
I wish I could tell you. Because at first I was like, huh, did they just remove the starting armor set? Because at first I was like, yeah, that's no big deal. Just remove the boring shit that nobody wants to deal with first, which is okay, and then move on to the last step. Simple. Then I checked the collections and I saw that it was 2 legendary armor sets. I was like, fuck. That's not what I was hoping for.
Yeah.
Start recording now or what? Do I push it and hold it? Now?
But you have to take every little ounce of bad with a little ounce of good, if you will. Even if you don't want to.
Wasn't the first, but I'm the only one who's ready. All this, Gambit, is all prep.
If only I actually found more enjoyment out of this game, I suppose.
That's what I say about life.
Eh, life and games are 2 separate things, though, man.
Yes.
You know, you can't fully appreciate one without appreciating the other.
True. On the bright side, there's always an exit button.
Yeah, that is true.
It just involves a 9mm to your fucking forehead, but you know.
Yeah.
I forgot you were streaming. Oh shit.
Swear you seem to be forgetting things more often than not.
Old timers does run my family for all I know.
That can
With this whole
happen.
liver thing, I wouldn't be surprised. Anyways, I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta seal up my Oreos. Had to go and throw away these Milky. I'll be back. I'm back. Oh, one I find absolutely hilarious.
Mm-mm.
Remember, one of my ex's old friends hit me up recently and was like, "Oh my god, I never knew he did that to you. I'm so sorry." I'm like, "Bitch, you were there. You were drugged out, but you were there.
You were there. You saw it firsthand.
You saw me after he freshly beat my ass. Mind you, I'm pretty sure you were drugged out of your fucking mind, but still."
Yeah, that's no fucking excuse nonetheless.
And then she just went on about how, you know, I should have told her and she could have helped. I'm like,
No.
It's easy math, Guardian. You got the silver.
I was like, Noel had a bigger.
No worries.
Oh fuck, I said his name. But who cares? But that
Dirtbag
fucker had.
had.
Yeah, I was like, that son of a bitch had a bigger reputation in our city than most people did. I'm pretty sure you couldn't have done shit. And he had the manpower and resources to hunt me down. So even if you got me out, I'm pretty sure I would have been hunted down and killed.
Yeah.
Mind you, after after my reputation became bigger than his, then that's when I was able to get the fuck out. But still, nonetheless, it just took an entire year to, you know, make that happen.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that happens.
Looking for something.
And then she was like, "Oh my god, I could have done something for you." I'm like, No, you
No,
can't have
you
you don't.
couldn't have.
And then, like, me and her kind of kept a life update. And she's still on drugs.
Of course.
She's evolved from weed to coke to meth to heroin.
Amazement that she's still alive.
Believe me, so am I. She also has 2 kids.
Amazement that they aren't taken away.
Oh, they were. Also didn't help that she didn't know who the fathers were.
Of course. When you're that
Yeah.
hyped up on drugs, you kind of lose track of what everything is.
So I'm just kind of sitting here like, I am so happy I got sober. I am
Uh-huh.
so happy I got sober. Because, god damn it, I would have just killed myself if I was in her position.
We drove the Red Legion out. We'll do the same to whomever.
Speaking of different positions, I wonder what Nathan's doing.
He's probably dealing with some stupid shit or chores or trying to get the whole unemployment thing running for him. I don't know.
You don't know?
No, of course I don't know. The
He
only thing
went
I've
with
heard from
his...
him today was, why is that armor so powerful?
Oh, he went to the Texas college with his mom and sister to help his sister move in.
Wait, what now?
You know how his sister's going to college and she's moving to the dorms?
It's easy.
Oh, I didn't know she was going to college.
Yeah, she's going to live in the dorms, but I think her boyfriend was going to go, and Nathan doesn't trust him that much with his mom, so he went.
I don't trust her boyfriend that much either. I've only met him
Yeah,
a few times.
so it's kind of understandable why he would go.
Uh-huh.
And they're going to stay. They're going to stay in a hotel. His sister is going to stay in the dorm, I believe.
Sounds about
And
right.
I think Nathan's sleeping on the couch or the floor, and he's going to give the bed to his mom.
Yeah, he's basically sucking up as most as he can right now because, again, he has that end point being the month.
Yeah.
And again, I feel bad for him. I do.
I
But I
wish I could
mean,
help.
shit
At this
happens.
point, yeah, I wish I could help, but at this point, I'm useless.
We all tend to feel the same way sometimes, it seems.
You also feel useless, inept, and unusable. Not unusable,
There are
unwanted.
times.
Oh, but it's just mine's a constant. Okay.
No, some people can face it in small intervals and others are forced to face it every day.
I just happen to be the fucking ladder. Wait, the ladder means
The first said.